Hi, everybody. This is I'm Heidi Mancini here, and this is my daughter Ava Marie, and we're just going to do a quick little thing on the Super Bowl yesterday. Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. They finally went to the Super Bowl after 50 years, so congratulations is in order. Yesterday's Super Bowl, I have to be honest with you, I didn't get to watch a lot of it because I was here entertaining and cooking and had some friends over. But what I did see from the Super Bowl was a little surprising, but not. So we have two different perspectives here today. I'm 30 years older than my daughter, so we decided to do a little talk on that. Super Bowl halftime with Jennifer Lopez and Shakira. And to my amazement, I was watching the Super Bowl, what I did see of it, and it was the Super Bowl was supposed to be a family orientated show. So I wasn't sure why there was, in certain instances, grabbing, J-Lo grabbed herself at one point, and it was a very sexual objectification that I got out of it, that I was like, oh, here we go again. Um, we turn the Super Bowl, that's a family orientated event, into something sexual. That's my perception, that's my opinion, so I don't want to get attacked on Facebook because I'm expressing my opinion, but we're just throwing this out here just to see if we can get some feedback on it. And one of the things is that women all the time are saying that they don't like to be objectified, that they don't want to be treated as a sexual object, that we're much more than that. We're, we have brains, we have professions, we're smart, athletic, whatever those qualities can be, and that men are always being blamed for making women objects of sexuality in some way, shape, or form. What shocked me a little bit was the grabbing of the crotches by the women. And I remember Michael Jackson, back, when was that, maybe 15 years ago? He was notorious for always grabbing his crotch, and he got a lot of criticism about that. At one Super Bowl, Janet Jackson, her breast came out of her her top, and there was a big to do over all of that, that her breasts were shown on, on a Super Bowl. So my thing is that we can all agree that women like attention, and we want to get it any way we can. And I don't think there's a day that goes by that every female doesn't get a compliment or told how nice she looks, or something. And women generally want to be desired, and they want to know that they're beautiful and they're attractive. In the last year, there's been a lot of movements out there, the Me Too movement, where men are being ostracized for touching women, saying things to women, doing things that are, inappropriate or offensive. And we can all agree as women that we've all been in those situations where at the workplace, or, walking down the street, in a bar, wherever we might be, that we've had, those men come up that are kind of the creepers, that, they're unwelcome gestures or words, and it is offensive. And we as women know the difference between a compliment and being offended. We know the difference between being touched affectionately and touched inappropriately. And so I was a little bit surprised at what was going on at the Super Bowl, and I was a little disappointed that once again, things have to become attention seeking and sexual. So that was my perception on that whole thing yesterday. I go, here we go again. And what was even more disturbing is the butterfly page, the concept of the butterfly is that we're supposed to be empowering women and building women's self-esteem. And I think it sends a mixed message to young girls that the way to get attention, again, is to be grabbing your crotch, half naked, shaking your breast, shaking your booty around. And of course, it is attention, but I also think that it sends a mixed message to girls that, again, to be considered desirable or to get attention, you have to always resort to sexual notions. So for me, I was a little disappointed in that show, and the fact that these women are close to my age, And again, we're mature, grown women, and at some level, when do we stop objectifying ourselves? And women do it to ourselves, and we also do it to other women. And the sad part is that men get blamed for their attention, but we can all agree as women that when we dress a certain way, we act a certain way, it's provocative, it's whatever it is, that we are in some roundabout way looking for attention, either from our partners, or we are looking for, the guy, wherever we're at the bar or the gym, whatever it is, to look at us. So I'm not saying that we don't want to be looked at and we don't want to be desired, but what I'm saying is that, again, it always comes down to a sexual component to women getting attention, and then they complain about it. So I'm kind of confused. And my daughter's going to speak about her perception of what she saw at the Super Bowl, because we both took away different things that we thought were going on. So here's Ava.
Okay, so I literally just watched it like 5 minutes ago, because I wanted, if we were talking about it, I wanted to see it to, give 100% my opinion, because I don't want to make an opinion on something that I haven't even seen. So, honestly, I think I had like a different view. I actually really liked it. Maybe that's just me and my age. Like, I see a lot of people on Facebook, like literally like the past couple days, of people being like, oh my God, Shakira's over 40. Oh my God, J-Lo's 50. And I'm like, if y'all really think that's old, you have another thing coming, because that's not even old.
But can I interrupt you for 1 second? Again, I think it's amazing that a 40-year-old and a 50-year-old woman looks as amazing as they do. So my critique of what I got out of it is in no way putting anybody down or anything like that. I think J-Lo is beautiful at 50. I also think Shakira at her age is amazing and beautiful. So I want to say that. Because I know I'm afraid what's going to happen. They're going to say, oh, there's the old lady there. She's just mad because, whatever. And it's not, because I work out also. And for being 54 years old, I think I have, a decent body for 54-year-olds, right? So I in no way want to make these older women. I think it's empowering. I think it's amazing and just beautiful that women are living and we're taking better care of our bodies, and we're very conscious of what we put in them, being in shape and looking good. This is not about that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I get with the whole sexuality thing, but I think I'm just so accustomed to it that it doesn't really bother me anymore. Like, I think if grown women are watching it, it's fine, because like they have grown minds, so they know, okay, like it's just for show, it's just for show, like it's really just a performance, it's nothing serious. But I feel like if you do have young impressionable people watching, that they're gonna get the wrong idea, because even young boys, because they're gonna be like, oh well, all girls know how to do is twerk and whatever, which is fine. I mean, it's not a bad thing for women to dance and to be sexual and sensual and all that stuff, but it's like you know.
My thing is, can we agree that sometimes there's a time and place for this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that I feel like almost every Super Bowl halftime has been controversial, though. Like, there's always been something that's happened that people like get upset about, and I mean, for me personally, I don't see it that big of an issue, because I feel like, honestly, most of the people that are probably watching the Super Bowl are grown. So I feel like if kids are watching it, I don't really think they're gonna really think much of it. They're probably just gonna be like, oh, and just maybe dance or something. Like, I don't know. I mean, that's just my opinion. Like, I feel like if I was watching it at like a teenager, I might be a little like what's going on? Why are they dressed like that and stuff? But I don't know. I just think it depends on the maturity of the person, really, whether they take it, whichever way they take it. But I also got from it, which I don't know if a lot of people did, but there was a lot of Spanish in there, which I absolutely loved. I think they're really pushing the Latin like spice in there, and like doing because a lot of the anti-immigration, a lot of the hating on immigrants and mostly Mexicans and, you know, just that kind of thing. I think they're really trying to push that because they're really like saying, okay, like regardless of what you think, we're still Americans, so F you kind of thing, you know, like, and I think that's why they put a lot of Hispanic, Latin, you know, flavor into, like they had two Hispanic, you know, women, you know, in the Super Bowl for a reason because they were trying to make a statement saying, okay, like you might not want us here, but we're here. So.
Well, the other statement would be that you just don't want women because there's been a little bit of a climate in the last couple of years, some misogyny going on with against women, all women, you know, that, you know, we're again, objectification and that we're, you know, our president, you know, grab 'em by the pussy kind of a thing, which is inappropriate. So from my point of view, I just thought, oh, here we go again. But, you know, I wasn't offended by it. It's not like it's nothing I haven't seen before. But I thought if there was young girls, even boys, like you said, watching this, you know, what are they taking away from it? If anything, maybe they don't read anything into it. You know, maybe they just see it and they don't take anything away. So I was thinking about that Super Bowl all day today and what I thought about that the halftime, and it was entertaining, no doubt.
Yeah, I think personally, I feel like it really is like, I don't think it's their responsibility to monitor what the kids watch, you know. I think if, you know, if your kid's watching something like that and you don't want them to watch it, tell them to go away. Tell them to go in the other room, you know. Like, I get really frustrated when people try to, I guess, like, censor TV. Like, people will get offended and they're like, oh, we don't want, you know, Adult Swim on TV anymore. It's like, okay, then just don't watch it. If you don't want to see something or you don't want to watch something, don't watch it. So my thing is, if your kid sees that and they ask you questions, be a responsible adult and be like, okay, not all women do this. Okay, you still gotta respect women, and this is just a show. Like, you have to explain it to kids if they don't understand, they ask questions. But at the same time, if you think it's inappropriate for your child to watch it, don't let them watch it. It's that simple, you know. And if you're an adult and you find it entertaining and you want to watch it and you think, no, I mean, just not. Personally, I don't see anything wrong with it. I think it was pretty, even though it was sexualized. I did find it pretty tasteful because, like I said, it could have been way worse. I mean, really. I mean,
honestly, I guess
they both could have went on there with a bikini and a thong. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, nothing covering their boobs, a thong, but all of their outfits were very, like, beautiful. It fit them well. I mean, it showed skin, but it was still very, like, you know what I mean? Like, there was still mystery. It was still tasteful. It wasn't like they had some ugly, like, trashy, just slutty ass, you know, costumes on. Like, the way that they dressed them was really nice. I heard people complaining about the one that J-Lo was wearing with it had like the gems on it, on her breasts, and then on her, like, on her butt and all that, on her thighs. And they were like, oh, she's showing skin. I'm like, you do realize that's like skin colored to match her. It's not like nude. Like, she's not nude. You know, it's not nude. It's not like, I was like, y'all just, I can't. I can't with some people. They just drive me nuts. But that's my opinion. I thought it was great, and I think that, I mean, yeah, they're older, but 40 and 50 isn't old. Even 60 isn't old. So.
No, but by today's standards, to see 40 and 50-year-old women still at that point in their lives doing what they're doing, because if you rewind back to my mom's generation, women in their 40s and 50s were already considered old and unattractive and whatever else, you know, the stereotypes went along with that. So to see women in their 40s, 50s, and even in their 60s that, you know, can move and they take care of their bodies, they're eating well, they want to be, you know, beautiful going into any phase of their lives, whatever your definition of beautiful is, I think it's great because, again, we're the role models for the young girls coming up, and that, you know, you can age and age appropriately and age with elegance, I guess is the word, that we can still be a certain age and still can be considered a certain beauty, or to be able, you know, to move like that. Me personally, I couldn't move like that. you know, we work out, we exercise every day, and we eat healthy. So, and you know,
Yeah. I mean, I think I mean, I just thought it was great. I was like, they're still getting it. They're still like, you know, living their best life. So
you
I
know,
was like, it's
and
great,
there's
you
a
know?
part of me that does smirk when I see it. You know, even though I go, wow, you know what, like this is a little sexual. It's a little bit whatever. It makes me kind of grin as a woman in my 50s to say, "You go, girls," kind of a thing. But at the same time, I was thinking, this is a Super Bowl. It's a family thing.
Yeah.
Do we have to go down? You know, a lot of people were saying, why couldn't they had classic rock band? You know, at this Super Bowl, or you know, that type of music that they've been playing the last few Super Bowls, or just different entertainment. But it is what it is, and I wanted to talk about it just for a minute as part of the butterfly and get your perception of, you know, what you saw, because you're younger than me. And I have to say, when Ava said, well, Mom, this is what I took away from it, the takeaway, I said, Ava, we need to do a quick little show on this, because we're 30 years apart, and just to see and hear the difference of opinion, it kind of touches all age groups. So we look forward to any commentary from anybody, comments, opinions, everything. If you're going to comment on this video or reach out, my email is camillio number 1 at icloud.com. What's your email?
AvaBodie@yahoo.com. If you guys want
If you want to reach out
me.
on social media or anything, and or on this video, please be tasteful and polite and not rude in any way. You're, like I said, the opinions are valued, but it's
Yeah.
not a forum to attack myself or my daughter because of our viewpoint. We're just putting it out there to see what the general atmosphere is. And if there's any men out there watching this video, it would be interesting to see what your take is on what you saw yesterday at the Super Bowl halftime, because it's been said to me over the years that these type of sexual things or acts that women do, or the attention seeking and the way we dress, is not dominated, or not dominated, what's the word, men don't really care about that much. It's more of a female thing, that, you know, we dress for other females and that type of thing. So it'd be interesting to see what kind of input we can get back from the gentleman regarding halftime also yesterday. So hope everybody has a great day, and look forward to more of our videos. We're going to be doing more mother-daughter things for you guys, so you can
Because we have same opinions, different opinions, so it's great to see
see a
differences.
mesh of
Mesh of-
generations, because there's a saying, I don't want to be the old person, get off my lawn type thing. And sometimes when you've lived a little bit and you're a little bit older, the world that I came from and where I'm venturing to and what I'm living in now, sometimes it's maybe not the same. So it's interesting to see what the youth that are being, you know, that are in this time, this is their time current, and what these things, how it impacts their lives.
And one thing I wanted to say too, because you reminded me, was I'm in school right now and I'm taking oral communication. And one thing that I did learn last week is that a lot of the problems that we have with the older and younger generations, and the reason why we butt heads is so much, is because neither one of us, we want to give out our information of what we know, but we don't want to take in everyone else's. So I think the best way to like get a common ground understanding with everybody is to give out, like, express how we are as a generation to the older generation, but we also have to be willing to take that in, because that's the only way we're gonna have open, like, we need to have open communication and open, like,
Well,
you
and
know.
one of the things that happens over time, and you'll know this when you flash forward when you're kind of my age, is that as you go through experiences in life, and you gather wisdom, and you gather like a what's the probability of what can happen with certain experiences. But again, you know, the younger people have to be allowed to have their experiences too, so they can learn and carry their wisdom to the next generation too. So there, I believe there's a lot to learn from the youth and the younger people too. And that was another reason that, you know, I wanted to set up the butterfly self-esteem building, to see what's going on with the young people, because I don't want to assume that what's going on in their world, I, I want to hear what they have to say, but also be a good role model, you know, and an attentive adult in their lives, along with all the other adults that are good role models out there. We need them. Our children need that. they need to know that they're cared about, and they need people to look up to that are doing, you know, positive things and that. So we look forward to hearing your comments. Keep it clean, keep it nice. And we'll be doing another show, but in another week, we're going to try and release one video a week. Either my daughter and myself, this is my daughter Ava, I'm Heidi, her mom, and we're going to try and do videos together. And if you have any suggestions of subjects that you like my daughter to talk about or myself to talk about, please feel free to make suggestions and we will do a show on that. So you guys have a great day, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.